The Berenstain Bears and the In Crowd by Stan and Jan Berenstain. It was an early summer in bear country. School had been out for a few weeks, and Brother and Sister Bear had settled into a comfortable routine of bike riding, playing ball, exploring, and just generally having fun. They had chores, of course, keeping their room neat, helping with yard cleanup, and when it got very busy, helping Papa in his shop. Mostly, though, they were looking forward to a carefree summer of fun and relaxation. Sometimes the road ahead is not as smooth as we would like. Sometimes there were unexpected potholes in the road of life, and Sister Bear, as it turned out, was heading for a real wheelbuster. With school closed, the playground was the gathering place for brother, sister, and the neighborhood cubs. It had swings and slides, a jungle gym, a track, a sandbox for little cubs. There were also jump ropes, frisbees, soccer balls, all you can get from Miss Mac, who was in charge. Most days, Sister could stop off at her friend Lizzie Bruin, and they would go to playground together. After a swing or slide or two, they'd jump from Miss Mac. Apparently, they had been getting 2 ropes for double dutch. In double dutch, the jumper jumps over 2 ropes that are being turned in opposite directions. It isn't easy, but Sister and Lizzie and some of their friends have been practicing and getting pretty good at it. That's what was happening the day the trouble started. Sister and Lizzie had 2 ropes and were looking for other cubs to join them, but where was everybody? Where were Anna, Millie, and Linda and their usual jump mates? As they looked around, they spied a small crowd in the far corner of the playground near the bike rack. That's when Anna ran by. "How about a little double dutch?" cried Sister. "Can't now," shouted Anna. "There's a new cub with terrific 10-speed bike, and she's letting us take turns riding it." It sounded interesting, even though Sister and Lizzie were still a bit small for 2-wheelers. They decided to investigate. The new cub not only had a pretty sharp bike, it was purple and had 10 speeds and handbrakes, and she was pretty sharp herself. She wore purple stretch pants, a designer top, yellow headband, and hoop earrings. "Her name's Queenie McBear," whispered Anna, "and she just moved into the neighborhood. She has pierced ears." Oh, there's Queenie. Sister pushed through the crowd, gave her a newcomer who's taller than she was, a little older, a big smile, and said, "Hi, I'm Sister Bear." Queenie smiled too, but it wasn't exactly friendly. "Sister Bear," she said. "What kind of a name is that? And you've got to be kidding with those clothes. A pink ruffled jumper and hair bow?" "Well," said Sister, a little confused, "it's my kind of name, and as for my clothes, why don't you and your little friend go play in the sandbox?" interrupted Queenie, not giving Sister a chance to finish. Then she got on her bike and shouted, "Come on, gang, let's go to the Dairy Bear for some soft ice cream, my treat." And off she zoomed down the road. Jumpmates Anna, Millie, and Linda looked a little embarrassed, but soft ice cream was soft ice cream, so they got on their bikes, the rest, and followed Queenie down the road. Now Sister is very confused and upset too. "I don't get it," said Lizzie. "All you did was say hi." "Say, I know what," she added, trying to cheer her up. "I know Miss Mac is organizing a double dutch tournament, prizes and everything. Come on, let's go sign up." Sister Bear didn't even answer. She was so upset she turned around and went home. And she's usually so cheerful after a session at the playground, but it didn't take long for Mama Bear to figure out something must have gone wrong. Papa and Brother Bear noticed too. She looks troubled. After supper, the whole story of Queenie came out. Her bike, her sharp clothes, and how she made fun of Sister, treated everybody to soft ice cream. "Everybody except me and Lizzie," she said glumly. "What did she make fun of?" asked Mama. "My name, my clothes, my hair bow, me," said Sister. "Oh dear," said Mama. "That wasn't very nice. Not very nice at all. Maybe she was trying to make an impression." "Well, she certainly made an impression on me," said Sister. "A bad impression." Of course, Mama had been a cub once, and she knew about in-crowds of cubs like Queenie who tried to build themselves up by putting other cubs down. But she also knew that she didn't have to do much to do about it, so she gave Sister a hug and said, "Don't fret, sweetie. I'm sure things will look a lot brighter in the morning." Things did look a lot brighter in the morning, and Sister Bear was once again her confident self. She decided that today she'll ride her trike to the playground. Playground was just as much hers as Queenie's, and besides, she wanted to ask Miss Mac about that double dutch tournament. And it sounded interesting. Maybe Queenie wouldn't even be there. Queenie was not only there, she and the gang were riding around the track on their bikes. Sister tried to join in. All she got for her trouble was a cloud of dust and more of Queenie's smart talk. Well, if it isn't little Miss Haribo on her tricycle, excuse our dust, she shouted as she whizzed past. Excuse her dust indeed, thought Sister, getting an idea. I'll show that Queenie McBear, and she pedaled home as fast as she could, hoping that brother wasn't out riding his two-wheeler, because that was her idea, to borrow his bike, go back, and ride circles around that Queenie McBear. She managed to get it on brother's bike by standing on a step, and she almost got it going, but her legs were a little too short, and after a few wobbly circles, she crashed. Kerwomp. Oh dear, said Mama, who just returned from a quick shopping trip to the mall, was watching from one of the side of treehouse windows. She had a pretty good idea that Sister's attempt to ride the two-wheeler had something to do with that Queenie in the in crowd. I guess you had another run-in with that new cub, she said, and Sister came to the house. Well, there's a little something to cheer you up. She reached through her shop bag and took out some new clothes, different clothes for Sister Bear. There were some very sharp jeans, a green and white striped designer top, and a bright green headband. For me, said Sister. Of course, said Mama. Come on now, let's try and get them on, you know. She continued to help Sister out of her pink ruffled jumper and polka dot blouse and her new outfit. Maybe these new things will change your luck. Maybe, agreed Sister. But then she asked, Mama, why did Queenie pick on me like that? Well, said Mama thoughtfully, sometimes there are cubs, even grown-ups, who behave that way and throw you under the bus in meetings or send out emails pointing out your mistakes and copying everyone. They show off for the crowd by picking on someone who has a certain kind of name like Hubie or wears certain kind of clothes like Hubie. They try to build themselves up by putting others down, and that's how in-crowds get started. But how about Anna, Millie, and Linda? Asked Sister. They've always been my friends. Why did they side with Queenie? Well, maybe because they're bad friends, and soft ice cream is soft ice cream. There, moving Sister's pink hair bow and putting on a new headband. You're all set. Here, have a look at yourself in the big mirror. It's very nice, said Sister, and I really appreciate the new things, but there's one problem. It's not me. I like me, she said. She stepped down. I wouldn't change me for a whole bunch of effing Queenie McBears. Then she took off her new outfit and went out her old phone, put her old stuff back on, and she could keep her in crowd and excuse me, but I have to make a phone call. She marched over to the phone and said, hello, Lizzie, how about that double Dutch tournament? And double Dutch tournament had gotten to be a big thing. A lot of teams signed up. There were even some boy club teams. Brother Bear was one, along with Cousin Fred and Too Tall and whatever. And Sister and Lizzie signed up, and Anna, Millie, and Linda quit Queenie's team and joined Sister's. Not only was Sister the best double Dutcher in the neighborhood, but Anna and the others were getting a little tired of Queenie's snooty ways. Sister Bear led the team in as fine as exhibition of double Dutch jumping I've ever been seen in Bear Country. It was no contest. Her team won going away. Queenie's team was a double Dutch disaster, especially Queenie, who made the mistake of wearing beads and big hoop earrings that caught the rope and ended up in a terrible tangle. After the prizes were awarded, the cubs all crowded around and congratulated Sister. They wanted her to teach them some of her double Dutch tricks. As they lined up for lessons, Lizzie called out to Queenie, how about you? No thanks, said Queenie with a little grin. I've already learned my lesson. Ding dong, the end. Thanks for watching. Keep reading, guys. The in-crowd. Or maybe they'll just tease you for no reason and slap you in the face and gang up on you and call you puby and stuff. And then they'll just keep ganging up on you every day until you feel sick, until they find someone else to pick on, and then they'll pick on them, and then I'll just be quiet and be a coward and not stand up for them, but just watch them pick on him because I was trying to be picked on, and then eventually they'll become friends. So yeah, either way, Bullying and teasing suck. This is an anti-bullying, anti-teasing book reading session. And eventually they get back. This was football for me, but they'll get their ass kicked and then they'll all come around. Good luck, guys.
And if you have a clique at the gym or a group of friends and you see a handsome looking gentleman working out by himself, don't be a dick and just like hush whenever he's around or something. Just talk to him, say hello, give him a break, huh? He may be cooler than you think. He may make a pretty good friend, I don't know, pretty cool guy. Strong in the gym, maybe strong in the relationships too.